show. It's G. Levitt, your host, the Tech Shark. Today, we're going to be talking about how to double the value of your company before lunch tomorrow morning. Today's episode is brought to you by Toolbox OS, the private equity company that exchanges technology for equity in American businesses in hopes of scaling them to an exit. Let's get started. Today, I want to talk briefly about how to double the value of your company overnight by changing the multiple in your business. And I'd like to give you some examples of deals we've done as case studies for what we believe is the easiest way to double the value of your company. Now, before I get into the actual stories and nuts and bolts, it's worth noting that Toolbox OS, our company that does tech for equity, takes 50% or less of all of the assets that we do business with. All of the companies that we partner with, we take a minority stake in, and we don't have a majority or controlling interest in any of them. Why is this important? Because in really simple terms, if you and I partnered, and I took half the business and you took half the business, regardless of the status of your business, whether it was a startup, an idea, something has $1 million in revenue, or something with $100 million in revenue, if I took half and you took half, but you bringing me on, right, fictitiously, just as a partner at 50%. What's implied is that we would need to double the value of the business by bringing me on in order for you to get to a break-even point, right? Because if I took half, but we doubled the value, then you're back to where you were. If the business was worth $1 million, you gave me half of it, which essentially is $500,000 in value, but we doubled the business to a $2 million value, but now you own half, you have $1 million in equity. So that's the core premise that's important to mention around all of this, because our deals in technology for equity range anywhere from 7% all the way up to 50%. We have 7% of a public company worth hundreds of millions of dollars openly trading on the stock market. We have 50% of tons of tech startups that have the potential of reaching billions of dollars in enterprise value, in my opinion. What I wanted to spend time on today is helping you realize that sometimes 1 + 1 isn't 2. Sometimes the addition of the person that you're missing, sometimes changing the multiple, which could be 2, 3, 5, 10, 30 times, is actually intrinsically more valuable than anything you could do to actually grow the revenue of the business. I mean, think about it. If you had a software business, you'd be trading at 20 times revenue probably. But if you've got a service business right now trading at 5 times EBITDA, the difference between 5 times EBITDA and 20 times revenue is a lot of times. It's way more than 20 times. So if you can 20 times the value of your business, 1 + 1 could be millions. 1 + 1 is not 2. This is the core premise around changing your multiple. I want to tell you a couple of really quick stories. So we believe that we changed the multiple at our company called the Multiple Club. Why? We scaled the business dramatically, but we also added some proprietary processes to it. We believe we changed the multiple. It's a servicey business. It's a little bit manual. We've also delivered a lot of things via technology. I have another deal where we literally turned the company into a SaaS company from a training or curriculum company. The difference between a SaaS and subscription business and a training and curriculum business is taking the business from around 10 times EBITDA to potentially 20 to 30 times revenue. So the question you want to ask yourself is, if you gave up 10, 20, 30, 50% of your business, but you doubled the revenue, you doubled the multiple overnight, did you actually give up anything? Or did you get an ROI the very next day when you woke up? That's the reason why technology for equity is a business model that makes sense. That's the reason why Toolbox OS is actually changing the face of what private equity looks like going forward in America. And that's the reason why you should consider how you can change your multiple faster by utilizing technology in your business. It's G. Levitt, the Tech Shark, signing out.